call in, experience, have video. Whatever, control, either way. If the north and south pole just completely go, 100% flip running, or 360, no. It's not something that lasts for, And at the very least, we know that the supply chain is stretched, whether it be manufactured or on purpose or on accident or because of the events that are going on right now. We know that almost every food has been hit by different things that are going on. We know that cargo shipments from overseas are delayed and behind, and nothing is being fixed. It very well seems that of course, the dragon over in the east is not trying to work with us anymore in a lot of ways. And then, of course, we have this going on. Farmlands, for the last 3 or 4 years, we have actually known a lot of the farmers in the Fugel fam say, one of them said that it was at one point they commented that their corn was supposed to be above their heads and it was at their knees. And essentially that year was a complete waste for their entire family. That is something we've heard over and over and over again. So no matter what you think that they're doing to get to that, or if you think it's happening naturally, either way, something scary is happening. We have mass die-offs of animals all over the world. We have, massive sea life dying. You have coral reefs basically.
All right, we got the front wheel taken apart. Just gonna go ahead and polish out these high spots using a little bit of Scotch-Brite, foam block. here's the other rim half. Let's go ahead and press out this bearing. Let's go ahead and spray a little bit of WD. Alright, got a 10mm on a 1/2 inch. Alright. Okay. Boom. Alright, let's go ahead and clean this one up. And then got some new bearings in the freezer. And we'll go ahead and press them in after we polish this one up. Okay. Let's go ahead and take out these little burrs right here. Nice. Alright. And take a little bit of this. Alright, let's go ahead and polish this one up. Okay, so I noticed that wouldn't come off. We go ahead and just slightly file some of those. I tried sanding it and it still wasn't enough, so you're good. Just go ahead. Alright, looks like we got just a couple more parts. Let's go ahead and kind of degrease these and get ready to go ahead and polish them. Alright, looks like we got the rims polished up, ready to go. We also, I noticed that the front brake, the cantilevers, were kind of sticking or binding up. And that's going to be the thing whenever you do a powder coating job. I mean, unless the guys really took apart, whatever the project is and know each bolt and like how all the assemblies go together. They're probably not going to tape off everything, so they taped off the majority of it, but little things like the studs to where the cantilevers go on, there's powder on those, so I had to sand it off appropriately, to the right, pretty much down to fine metal, and then polished it the best that I could. Now the brakes work. So that said, we're gonna go ahead and get these bearings pressed into these wheels here, and I also have the other half to the engine mount. We're gonna go ahead and press in the bearings, bearing sleeve, I guess you would call it. And I think I got a new tube right here. It's like a Kenda 200 by 50. So let's go ahead and grab our bearings out of the freezer. And let's go ahead and press those bad boys in. Alright, so we just got the bearings out of the freezer. Let's see. I have to take off one block, one plate. Should do it. Okay, go ahead and put a little bit of grease on your bearing. This is a sealed bearing, so you don't need to put any on the inside. This is just to help press it in. Okay. Alright, and then I'm using a 15/16 husky socket. It's flat. Should work perfect. Seems actually good. Voila. Perfect. Nice and flush. Okay. Same procedure. A little bit of grease. Just laying there perfectly flat as possible kind of helps. Okay. perfect. Not too much force. It's probably like barely half a ton. No more than a ton max. All right, perfect. Now I got now I got brand new wheel bearings. Sweet. Okay, got our got our hub here, our bearing sleeve. So we need to make sure we're gonna press this in the right way. It's gonna go. Oh, look at that! Shoot! Did I remove too much material now? Uh-oh. That could be an issue. Okay, so let's put a tube in. So, let's see. And I want the valve stem facing out towards me. So it's gonna go like this. Okay. Something like that. Make sure. So tire direction doesn't have rotation, but tread that way. So go ahead and put this. Okay, so pretty much something like this. I'm just gonna spray a little bit of lube in here, just kind of, you know. Help make the tube see. Also just like on these scooters, so you know, just corrosion because it's duty ceramic. You want it to be happy surfaces and whatnot, so let's try to do the best we can. Okay, all right. And whatever's extra on here, like the residue, whatever's left over, we'll just try out like a light film, which is fine. In the bead in the tube. All right, so tire direction's going that way. I want the tube to face out, valve stem to face out this way. So we're gonna go ahead and you just want to make sure that your tube isn't going to get pinched, so you kind of want to push it in as best as you can to avoid these clearances here, the mating surfaces. Okay, let's take a little bit more. Okay, all right, that looks good. Sure, no, doesn't look like I'm pinching anywhere. Should be fine. Okay, let's go ahead and put our bolts in. put some air in this thing, and we'll first torque these up, put some air and see what it does. Okay. Let's go ahead and snug them down, crisscross pattern. Doesn't require much torque. Okay. Let's hook up some air. Okay, so make sure you pull the valve stem down into that groove right there. It's very important that you don't have any nicks or burrs. Alright, one last check, looks good. Okay, there we go. Nice. Let's put it like right around 50, 49 and a half, close enough. Alright, nice. Let's see if I have a valve stem cap for it. Alright. Alright. Hopefully that doesn't get in the way of the brakes. We'll have to see if it does. I also want to see if this tube's any good still. This tube's about 20 years old. Might be good. I'll leave it there and find out. Kind of like this tube right here. This tube's been holding air for like the last couple months. Alright. There it is. Let's go ahead and slam it on. Hook up the brakes. Let's get her going. Alright. little bit on. So I have to make custom bushings for it. Didn't like never have bushings, or did I lose them when I was a kid? Must have lost them when I was a kid. That's crazy. Alright, so looks like I'm going to need to make some custom wheel bearings, bushings, whatever you want to call it. I guess in the meantime though, we can go ahead and let's go ahead and set up the brakes. Okay. Let's see. Alright. Let's see. Go to the washer. Yeah, let's take a shake. Let's go to the base. Okay. Take a washer. Good. Yeah. Looks like I got this a little too short. Oh, I mean, there that was. Alright. So we're going to put the cable to right about there. Let's see. Okay, go ahead and make a cut. Alright. Alright, cool. Didn't cut it too short. Alright. Let's do 2 crimps. Well, maybe we can get a third. Should be good. Nice. All right. Okay, cool. So that's on there. And like I said, just realized I was missing some bearings, so let's see if maybe these things right here will work. They look like they're gonna be a little too long. Will they work though? Yeah, I mean realistically it'll be quick and easy too. Probably be just fine. Do I need 2 of them, or could I get away with just 1? Alright, well, let's do some measuring and be right back.